Hey, Mike Kelly, I want to make a quick video. Just got back yesterday, actually, from the kids' soccer practice, and it got me thinking, do our employees need structure similar to kids in a sporting group? And I'm going to tell you, absolutely 110% yes. So the example that really made me start to think about how we run our service businesses was actually at the kids' soccer practice. Kids are young. 4 or 5 years old, and 2 weeks ago we had a couple rookie coaches, high school, college kids who probably never coached and never actually been in a leadership role. No knock on them, they didn't know any better, but it was interesting. It took out of a group of 12 or maybe 15 kids, only 1 or 2 kids that literally just didn't have the attention span in development yet that they needed. So it wasn't really the kid's fault. But where I'm going with this is the rookie coach didn't know how to set the guidelines and show what was acceptable and wasn't acceptable. And as the practice progressed, things literally went downhill in a fireball. There was kids running everywhere, no structure, no accountability, no order. And what it got me thinking is, in our service businesses, if we don't set the expectations up front and hold people accountable for showing up every day on time, calling when they're not coming in, and giving us a heads up and giving us a week or 2 weeks notice before they take off for like basically a paid time off or unpaid time off, we're making the same rookie mistakes as that coach. Fast forward to this week, a veteran coach came in. These young kids were just filling in, so not their fault. But it was interesting. The veteran coach came in and set the expectations up front, what was acceptable, what wasn't acceptable. And there was still one kid that was still running around a little crazy. But he dialed the kid in, took a little extra time, and coached and mentored him until he understood what was acceptable. And chaos disappeared and order and predictability happened. So the same things happen in our business. And I'm not on a pedestal here preaching. Trust me, I've been on both sides of this spectrum. But the times that I didn't set the expectations and hold people accountable is when the business and our team of 20 to say 30 people at certain points, plus we're just crazy. So if you've got a team, I don't care if it's 1 or 30 plus, we need to set expectations and we need to follow through. So if they're late, they're requesting time off and it's not in the allotted time, we need to keep consistency. And I don't care if it's your best player on your team in your service business, you need to hold to the rules. Quick example is we basically, obviously most businesses do not reward theft, but we had a gentleman who was trying to fuel up his own vehicle at the gas station literally a quarter mile from our shop, and he went in and actually put it on the company account. It was at $4, maybe $5 in gas, but it didn't matter. The standard was set that theft is not acceptable, and if you are stealing from the company, you will be pursued in the court of law. So I went down to the police station, filed the appropriate paperwork, and called in a little favor with the police officers. And lo and behold, the next day at 7 a.m., I had 3 or 4 police cruisers show up at the shop in front of my team meeting at 7:05 in the morning. Called the gentleman out in front of everybody and said, let's just call it Dave, because that's definitely not his name, but we'll keep it anonymous. I said, Dave, these gentlemen here in the police cruisers would like to talk to you. We've got you on tape, and here's a picture of you stealing at the gas station on our company account. And these gentlemen are going to have you take for a ride. He was one of our better employees, to be honest with you, but it had to be done because everybody else in the company, or a portion of them, knew it happened. And we needed to make an example and set the standards and expectations, and no one was above the law, especially the law in this matter. But what I'm going for is, afterwards we had a team meeting, we talked about, are we crystal clear where my expectations are on theft and honesty and how we act as a team. And I will tell you, it was crystal clear after that. It was a story that literally to this day is basically passed around, and it's been embellished a lot, but everybody who is working there or had been working there or worked there in the future would know how Mike and the company stands on theft. And there was a clear expectation, if it wasn't followed, that some strict things would be taken, even if it was $2 to $3 in gas. So my advice to you is, don't make the mistake of the rookie coaches in the soccer team. Don't make the mistakes that I made in the early years of business. Create expectations, follow through on it, no matter who it is, whether it's being on time, time off requests, or in this instance, in the example I gave is theft. And it was $3, maybe $4 worth of gas. Gentleman was arrested in front of the whole entire team, and the expectation was followed through, and people knew the severity of not meeting those expectations. So comments or questions, drop them below. But I think our employees, for the most part, crave standard and predictability. They like that structure, whether they tell you or not. And as soon as they lose that structure, that's when you can lose control of your business and productivity and profitability. So stick to your guns, set expectations, and no matter who it is, if it's the best player or the worst player on the team, follow through consistently. And when appropriate, make it public knowledge and have a communication with the team why you did what you did and when you did it. And obviously, I didn't want to have somebody arrested over $4, but it needed to be done. And that has been a story that lives forever. And it's better and better every year. So I love hearing the latest version of the story. But comments, questions, drop them below. Are you creating structure like the kids' soccer class with the rookie teacher, or they should be with the veteran teacher who set expectations, followed through, and when the one kid kind of ran off and created his own rules, we brought him back and got him on team to buy in. So comments, questions, drop below. Hopefully it was helpful.